Hey people, so listen fast. This is good news, broadly cast. That's our disclaimer. So if you prefer any other, you can continue without being offended. So we have a question. I want to put a question to you. How would it make you feel? How would you feel if you found, or it was discovered, came to your attention, excuse me, that a will, I'm reading off my notes here, but it's pretty basic, so I shouldn't have to. Anyway, so say you found out that a will had actually provided for you, okay, a great inheritance. And, of course, it comes to your attention because the will was ratified, right? Which happens upon the death of the testator. So, that having occurred, you discover a messenger comes. I don't know how it happens, but hey, good news. There's a will, right? And it provides beyond even imagination. You know how it was, say, sufficient enough to, what do they say, financial freedom, that type of thing. So whatever that, but it was that type of life-changing, yeah? Freedom. See what I mean? Freedom, that, right. So, how would it make you feel, okay? Discovering that. And then, no man would execute it for you. That's the question. See? What good is it do you? What benefit is it to you if your estate, as vast as can be, is without your reach, right? If a will is sitting there giving you that which the testator expressed, what benefit is it to you if you can find no man to execute the will? See? So that would be a frustration. So I'm going to show you something. Flip. So here's my notes. Okay, so there's our question. How would you like it if a will provided you a great inheritance and none would execute it? See? So now I want to look at this word, widow. See? Widow. And that word, if you break it down, the etymology is wife dowry. Okay? The wife dowry. The dowry of the wife is all she stands to inherit, his estate, in the event of the husband's death. The wife inherits his estate. So a widow is a wife with a dowry, okay, that Okay, so what we want to look at is this common dow, wife and dowry. And if you go to your dictionary and look up endowed, because it's good to go back and stand on places where all men are prior agreed. Yeah? So there ain't nobody that disagrees that we hold these truths as self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their creator. Okay, so I want to know what endow means, and you find that same thou is here, and the principle is completely described in the definition of the word. See, in the breakdown of the word itself. The widow is the wife dowry. That means, right, the guy died and she's living on his estate, off his estate, whatever. But that's the prefix, suffix, whatever you want to call it, word forming elements. Okay, and so dow, you can look up that dow, dower, dowage. There's a bunch, dowry, and that's also spelled D-O-U in some places. But it's the estate, okay? So we're talking about inheriting. In this case, a widow. So that's a woman, a wife, inheriting from her husband, his estate. But anyway, this idea, what if a will provided for you, but nobody would execute it? Okay, that doesn't necessarily have to be a widow, but the point is, I want to look at, if you, I don't know the scripture, so there, but it's look up widow in the New Testament. There's a parable, several mentions of widows in the house of widows, which would indicate the husbands are dead. So, what did he say to the widow, right? Or about the widow who went to the unjust judge? Do you remember? And why did she go to the unjust judge? Probably because that's all there were, like today. Now, widow went to the unjust judge. So does she have a prayer? Well, what did she do? It says that, so he did not hear her, right? Because of any virtue on his part. It said that the woman kept going back and bothering him nonstop at all hours. See, she just would not quit. So it's finally not because of any virtue on him, right, or righteousness in keeping with the law, but because this woman won't stop pestering him, he's going to give her what she wants. And what does she want? What is she asking from that judge? Which is protections of law from her opponent, is what it says. Okay, so who is her opponent? We don't know, except we can glean from the definition of the word itself that was chosen and used in the story that's, okay, you got a woman who has died, husband's dead, she stands to inherit his estate, but she has an opponent. So who would her opponent be if we had no other information? Right? Which we don't. So her opponent must be one who is contesting the dowry, the transfer, the will. See? And she goes to an unjust judge, pesters the hell out of him because her cause is just, and the will must be done. What did Paul say, what did Paul tell us? First, Galatians 3:15, that once a will is ratified, no man can set it aside, no judge, just or unjust. No man can set it aside, annul it, or add conditions to it. Okay? Do you understand that the law of the heir, the law of inheritance, is the oldest that there is? The Father who created man endowed him, right? Immediately. With authority. Handed down. Instruction. Instruct. That's inward build. See? So anyway, widow, there's the doe or dow. Does that ring a bell? See what they're playing that with? Our estate, our inheritance, because none was found to execute it. Guess what the people are? N is in, okay? Within. So our Tao is in us. This is past tense. It's already happened. If the child enters the world, born of woman, after our like and kind, he comes with a bundle already attached from his maker, who says, I will inscribe my law on their hearts. See? In us, on tablets of flesh and blood, not tablets of stone, and not paper persons in this fiction, paperland, courts. All right, so anyway, this Tao is the same Tao is found in widow. It is the same word as an endowed, which is inward. En is inward. To inwardly Tao, you're endowed. That means you stand to inherit all that was written concerning us. All right, so I think I said what I want to say. I guess you can answer the question in your own way. All right, peace. We'll talk with you soon. Remember, it's all good news for us. The good news is the law. Do you understand? The law of the heir, H-E-I-R, who is in heaven, A-I-R. Because heaven begins at terra firma, the air, ground zero. North of that is heaven. And also heaven is within you. Heaven is unseen. Oh, I'm going on. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.